might lost all the state employees and all that potential votes and
No, I am a state employee. My husband just retired from the Connecticut State Police. I know that the men and women that are state employees are hard-working people. And I know that the people I work with as a state employee, they want the best for Connecticut. So the ideal situation is the state employees will come to the table and work with our Republican leadership and they know it's best for Connecticut to work it out. And the people that I know that I work with day to day, my husband's been working day to day with until he retired, that he worked for 20 years. We want to come to the table as a state employee. So I don't think that we have alienated them because we all know that if it's an extra $5 copay to help the state out, we're going to do that. And the people that I know, we're team players. You know, day in and day out in court, we're helping each other out with the docket, and my husband with his state police, we're all in this for the people of Connecticut. That's why we are career public servants to our state. So I don't think we've alienated the people of Connecticut that are state workers.
To your point, I mean, it's, the Attorney General's got sometimes has to be a little careful about how and whether and when you call your shot. You have to be careful, not only for the reasons you're saying, because once you say, I'm gonna do X, well, guess what? Everyone that doesn't like X, you've lost them. That's done. You've also lost your negotiating position. You've also lost your bargaining power. But what you've also done, you have to be careful as an AG that you have certain ethical obligations to the citizens of the state of Connecticut to actually do things in a way that are prudent and prosperous and actually, you know, we're going to advance the ball. So the way I approach this, and I've talked to all the gubernatorial candidates about this, like, you know, will you open up the SEBAC agreements? I'm going to look at it. I'm going to look at it hard. Because this goes back to my point before. You pick up the phone before you pick up the pen. You pick up the phone and you call the 3-4 state employee unions, all of whom I've worked with when I was a state rep, and say, you know what, we can argue for the next 8 years in court about whether and how I can open up the SEBAC agreement, because we do arguably have certain sovereign powers that go back to the king. I mean, you know, Joe knows, what is it, quorum nobis something, you know, we actually have certain sovereign powers that in the time of emergency, the king, the executive branch, can in fact start pushing some buttons on contract law, on the statute of limitations, and all kinds of things, that we could potentially unwind that. But you know what? I'm not going to call that shot. I'm going to say, I've got these tools over here. This is what I have. I'm not going to use these tools over here. We're going to sit down and have a conversation. Because that creates an atmosphere and an environment that Republican leadership can come in and renegotiate. It's not necessarily looking back at people who've already retired. Those people are out. We're not going to carve into them. Little if at all. It's people going forward. 53, when I was a state rep, 53,000 state workers. 53,000 state workers. I mean, we're just under 50 now. It's insane. So what we need, you know, everyone knows defined contribution plan. We know all that, but we're not getting there. One of the ways we are going to get there is to rattle somebody's cage back to a table, because it's political, and it's also you have to know how to throw your weight around, and you have to know how to talk to people on the phone before I pick up the pen.
All right, appreciate it.
Paid for by Shaban for AG, John M. Whitcomb Treasurer. I'm John T. Shaban, and I approve this message.